Shazy might have came in a bad mood today.
I don't think Sonya's sister really likes her. You can tell that whenever they're in the room together, when they're sharing a scene or anything like that, that you can see that the energy between the two is, to me, it's always negative.
Just give me some grace if you feel I have an attitude. Because I'm disgruntled. I'm disgruntled.
It's like an ongoing resentment, or it's a long time resentment from childhood, probably.
I know she's tired of me.
Probably back when she was I think she was a track star. Sonya was a track star. So she's always been the one getting, I would say, the most attention. And you can just see that on her sister's face every time you see her.
My fantastic stylist, who is just,
The opinions expressed in our content is for entertainment purposes only. We do not assume liability or endorse any of the third-party content used in our materials. Okay?
What's up, and welcome back to My 2 Cent. I am Miss O, and she is
Charisma.
And today we are discussing Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 9. We're going to talk about Miss Sonya, because we really find out in this episode her personality and what she's really all about. Okay, so in this episode, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about Sonya. Sonya's having an event, a Mommy Nation. I believe it's like is it a raffle? Not a raffle. It's a auction. That's what it's auction/dinner. And we see in this episode she ruffles a couple of feathers.
This living situation and working situation is getting a little hectic. You see how she pushing my head? Her face is telling me that she's tired of you.
So we're going to start with her sister and the conversation that she has with her sister and the energy that her sister brought to the function. Because we see her sister has a couple of things that she needs to get off her chest when it comes to Sonya.
And sometimes I think you forget how many roles I'm playing because you never even let me know what time I need to be here to do your hair. It's a lot of moving parts, but there's some stuff that you can't drop the ball on. Because you kind of toying with my life a little bit, and I don't really operate like this.
She pretty much says that Sonya is inconsiderate for the most part, and I feel it. She said it before on other episodes that Sonya doesn't think about the people around her. Sonya just thinks about Sonya.
It's probably my fault because once again I forgot to tell her my schedule and what time she needs to be where.
Or not. But I do want to back it up and say this, though. I've also said in other episodes that I don't think Sonya's sister really likes her.
So Shazy might have came in a bad mood today.
You can tell that whenever they're in the room together, when they're sharing a scene or anything like that, that you can see that the energy between the two is, to me, it's always negative.
Just give me some grace if you feel I have an attitude. Because I'm disgruntled.
It's always negative. You can see that. And it's like an ongoing resentment, or it's a long time resentment from childhood, probably back when she was I think she was a track star. Sonya was a track star. So she's always been the one getting, I would say, the most attention from the family, from people. Oh, Sonya, your sister, where's Sonya? Where's Sonya? And you can just see that on her sister's face every time you see her.
My fantastic stylist, who is just,
turn around.
But fast forward to where we are now, her sister does, to me, she does have a point, that Sonya doesn't take into consideration that her sister has a lot of hats on. She's playing a lot of roles for Sonya, and Sonya is taking advantage of the fact that her sister will always be there no matter when you call me. Call me 5 minutes before I got to do your hair to tell me get here and do your hair, and then don't tell me why I'm here, what the event is, what to do, and that would make anybody upset at some point.
Her face is telling me that she's tired of you. Oh, I of me. I know. Yeah, rightfully so.
Like I said from previous videos.
Yes.
I feel the sister. I feel her on multiple. Like, I think it's two things going on. I feel her.
Mm-hmm.
I actually sympathize for her.
The sister.
Yes, because you have to think no one wants to live in someone else's shadow,
especially your younger sister.
too. Your younger sister is not making it easy for you.
He's just like, oh, well, you guys knew I was busy. Sorry, I forgot. Saya definitely takes it for granted that I will be there no matter what. And I don't like that.
Right. Like she said, she's not selfish. She said she's self-centered.
Right.
So Sonya is used to attention being all on her. And unfortunately, her family made their jobs to be Sonya. Like, working for Sonya is their job.
So is it really her fault then? Really Sonya's fault that she's this way? Or do you think that maybe her family is the contributing factor in her
both.
being
it's both.
So self-centered?
I think it's both, because I'm pretty sure you just don't wake up and be a track star. Sonya probably been running tracks since she was little. And so as she got, these habits were created when she was probably young all the way to now. But at a certain time, like you'll say, you got to look at self and see, like, hey, if you see that your sister in your relationship is always rocky, you might want to, dive into it and think about it.
Right, but I think too, like we saw in another episode, I don't think her sister, I think she is now, but I don't think her sister speaks up enough.
It's okay. I just think y'all need to communicate better.
Or gets angry enough at Sonya for Sonya to realize this is really an issue. I think she's just now realizing that, maybe I am this way. So it's like, that's why I say I don't know if 100%, 90%, or even 80% that is Sonya's fault that she's this way. If her family has been enabling her, if they've always been pushing her in the front because she is the one, that's a star, or the one that's producing, the one that's bringing, money in or whatnot.
But I think she probably knows, because think about it, that's her personality.
Sonya?
Yeah. Other people in her life, or other people she came in contact with, probably not her family, that stuff still spills into those other areas of your life too.
Yeah, but then people can be bandwagoners. I just want to hang around to be in the light of.
No, but if we're going to say she got a best friend, don't know who her best friend is, 9 out of 10, your best friend will probably tell you. Amber, your husband probably tell you, like, certain stuff. Like,
it depends.
I think other people that's not as close will say something eventually. So it's not like her family won't. I don't believe her family are the first people to tell her. I believe
that she's self-centered.
Yeah, or they're like, she's doing this stuff.
Yeah, I think she's heard it before, but I don't think it's to a point where it's been serious.
That's why I say at a point, when you keep, like you say, when you keep hearing the same thing from multiple people, you got to do some self-work, some self-evaluation. Like, all right, blah, blah, blah. Sonya's almost, if she's not, she's almost 40.
But I think people have been dealing with her with kitty gloves. So they're saying it, like even with her sister, she's fussing at her, but it's so monotone, and there's no anger, and there's hostility behind it, but there's no, like, I'm tired of this,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's still not driving the message home.
Like, I have responsibilities. I actually have no idea what the plan is for today. I am unhappy.
She's like,
the girl break down crying about her talking to her like that. You think what's gonna happen when she get to yelling at her?
That's what I'm saying, but it's not sticking. But it's not sticking, and maybe that's her thing too. You fuss at a little bit at Sonya, she breaks down and starts crying. You back off.
I did say before previous.
Back off, and it's over.
I said previous. I said she's a crybaby.
Just give me some grace if you feel I have an attitude, because I'm disgruntled. That's all. Don't cry. Don't cry if you make up.
Somebody need to put their foot in there.
No, or they can do, if you feel that so much strong, do what the son or brother-in-law did.
Quit.
If you don't want to yell at her, step out.
But that goes to, like I was saying, as far as family businesses. As a family, in certain cultures, have family values are strong.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see in her particular culture, family is important, and if we want family to succeed, and it should be that way. I don't think that the solution is quitting. The solution is we're gonna have a real conversation. But we got to pull up that wig and throw down. It's got to be a real conversation. Then we're gonna get past it, and then we're gonna move forward. But we're not gonna just let stuff fall apart.
But at what cost? You lose yourself, you be unhappy for years.
But you're unhappy because you're not talking about it.
But what happens if you do and it doesn't change? So they are communicating with her.
No.
She's not listening.
Like her, even like
you said, you just said they're not being hard enough.
That's what I'm
Some
saying.
People can't take hard, but they're still having conversation with her. Like
not
the sister
right
talking
conversation.
to her. What's the right conversation? Besides just playing with my life. You're sitting there, you're not taking it serious. Everything is on your time. Like I believe what she's saying is direct. Like you might say, it's no aggression behind it.
It's like how certain people hear information. Some people, like you just can't be nice to some people. Mm-hmm. You can't ask some people. You just can't ask them, "Hey, could you stop doing this?" And then they'll stop. Mm-hmm. But you got to be like that with some people.
I don't think
unfortunately, hold on. Unfortunately, it's not a nice thing to do, but it is that way. Everybody doesn't respond the same way to the same type of verbal communication.
And right, and some people don't respond to it at all.
Right, but even in this episode, we even see Sonya's friend tell Sonya that you and your sister, you're not communicating properly. You need to find a better way to find a better way, better way to communicate. So that's the issue. The issue is, like I said, the way that Sonya's sister is. To me, it's like under her breath, she's saying things, little things. Every so often, she'll throw a little jewel out there, like call her a dingbat, but it's not hitting. You can see it's not hitting. That's why I'm saying message is not being delivered.
And guess what? That message, when the brother-in-law stepped away, that message is still a message. It was delivered.
It didn't get delivered though, because she
got somebody else
to do it.
And
but
she said she kind of tired of working with family anyway. So
I get it.
Start stepping away. Like certain things, family business, yeah, the idea is good, but that does not work for everybody. One business don't work with regular people alone. So trying to add family to it too. They're trying and they're doing good so far, but you can see that people, years of buildup is starting to take place. So maybe she needs to take a break. Maybe let you get somebody else in and see how I go. Let us work on our friendship or our relationship as sisters, because if we keep going this route, it's going to be completely nothing. So you gonna put the business over the relationship as a sister? Would you rather take a break, or would you?
How about y'all just go to therapy and work it out and go on back to business?
And it's not really a family. It's not a family business. It's Sonya business. That's the difference.
All right, but everybody in the family is eating off of Sonya,
right?
And I'll say it's a family business in the sense that everybody has a role in helping Science a star.
I'll say it's a family working together, but it's not really
a family business per se, right? But like you said, them all working together keeps Sonya where she is. And like her sister said in one episode, there'll be a gaping hole when her family leaves Sonya and her husband to.
Maybe she needs to see that, because some people got, like you said, they got to hit. I don't want to say rock bottom, but you ain't gonna miss what you got until it's gone. So she needs to see. That's why I'm saying the sister needs to just back off. Let her. Because she said she's playing multiple hats for you, and Sonya, her being self-centered, she's not appreciating, and that's why she's sitting there feeling like you just know that you can depend on me. Right, but let me make you see what it feel like. You can't depend on me anymore.
Well, like I say, I'll bring it back.
Let you do a couple recordings with your head.
I will bring it back to, if y'all have been enabling this girl all her life, giving her passes and kitty gloving her all her life, and all of a sudden, as an adult, you can't take it anymore. I said you got to be patient with her. She didn't get that way overnight, and she's not going to change overnight. So I think that the family has some responsibility in how she is, sister or not sister. So I say don't drop the ball. I say you need to still keep having. Like I say, it took her 40-something years to be this certified dingbat, an inconsiderate person. So it's going to take her several years to come out of that. Work with her.
I agree with that, but that is hard to do.
You don't want to.
I agree
don't
with
want
it.
to, but
I agree, but like I'm all for self-happiness. If me,
I agree.
I'm saying if I got to the point I said I can't take it no more, you gonna have to be mad. I can't take it no more. I can't sit there and try to appease you and this, that, another. I done did it for too long. Gotta put me first, Lucius. Gotta put me first. That's what I gotta do.
I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first. I gotta put me first, Lucius.
All right, so let's. All right, okay. So we keep this train moving. This Sonya train moving. We also see in this episode where Sonya asks Kenya to help host her event. And we also kind of see, once again, her Sonya's inconsideration when it comes to other people. Because as we see, Kenya said, now this is the second time I done told you You don't ask me to do business favors personally. You ask my agent or whatnot.
It's the second event that Sonya has booked me for without going through my agent.
So it shows that when it comes to the line, the thin line between business and personal, Sonya continuously crosses that line.
What about Kenya? Who? What about Kenya? Wait, my friend Kenya? Listen. You know she just became my friend again like 2 minutes ago. But I genuinely, Kenya, would like to build a friendship with you.
What you think?
Yeah. Once again, like I said, that from the sisters, her being like that spills into other parts of her life. Once again, here is like a situation where it's my, hey, you doing something. Like Sonya is not selfish, she's self-centered. So she's not thinking about the other party when she do what she do.
Right, I think she's thinking like, it's not that serious.
Right,
it's not
friend.
that serious.
Like,
we're friends.
But I'm in the same field as you. We do business. We get paid for gigs.
Right. That. I think that was the underlying thing. Kenya was thinking it's about money.
I don't do nothing for free. You gonna have to pay
this is about money. And then when a friend asks you for a favor, it's different than when your friend goes to your business, to your manager and says, "Can I?" The numbers change.
And that's another thing. That's whatever. I'm just leave it alone because I'm not gonna leave it alone. Just because we cool, but you stepping into my professional realm of things, don't mean stuff going to I got a format because I mess around, do this for you, forgot that I got somebody else's book or I got something else. Like you said, the agent keeps up with stuff like that.
Right.
So you want to do what? I love you, girl, but hey, you gotta follow the line, follow the process. I might be busy.
And that's probably how maybe Kenya should have handled the phone call. Was like, hey, I would love to do it, but call my agent.
Yeah.
And book it through her type of thing instead of just going ahead saying yes off the bat. But I think she heard like the desperation because the auctioneer got COVID at the last minute. Right. So it was kind of like an emergency type thing. And so I guess she wanted to be like, okay, cool, I'll do it.
Today, our auctioneer says that she has COVID.
And so she went ahead and agreed to it. But, I love me some Kenya. And I feel Kenya when she said it. And she was cool and polite actually about how she said it. Because she usually say stuff that she cut into it. She's the queen of the one-liners. But like Sonya said too, they're trying to build a relationship, a friendship. So I think Kenya took it easy on her this time. But she said she got one more time to try to mix business with personal, and it's going down.
You got one more strike.
It's going down. Think about that dress Miss Kenya had on.
Marlo was funny. She said she liked the wish from the west when the wig.
When the house fell on her.
Yeah, fell on
and her legs rolled up.
You know the Wizard of Oz when the house lands on the witch and those ruby slippers just all crumble up? That's what Kenya looked like. Just like that. Those damn slippers.
Yeah.
I feel like she was, I don't know what that was trying to accomplish, what was the idea, but it didn't fit for that. Everybody else had like business classy type of thing going on. I don't know that was like a Met Gala type of thing.
That was a fashion don't.
That was like a Met Gala type of thing. We want to wear something weird and whatever. But for that, no. That was last minute. She looked rushed. She didn't look.
But she even said it at one point. She said it that it was last minute. She couldn't even fit it. They had to alter it so that she can get in it. She needed 2 inches added to the dress or whatnot.
The problem is I fit everything except the hips now. I can't get it all the way on, so I need about 2 inches.
But to me, it just looked like a big old roll of ruffles. Brought in a big old spool with ruffles on it and pulled it off and wrapped it around and go.
Yeah, that designer did a poor job. It was not cute.
Right. And you know what? Maybe it wasn't for Kenya. I think maybe she was too old for the dress. I think like you were trying to hit on that. Maybe, somebody young, cute.
No, the dress is ugly.
But you know how some people with a certain look can actually make something ugly, like, oh, okay. But I think Kenya just did not do that dress justice because the dress had too much going on as it was. And then, like I say, it showed too much of surgeries and years on her body. So she should have just went with a pantsuit like everybody else.
Okay.
On that one. Okay. And I just had a quick little sidebar about the event. Because we see that out of all the housewives, all the people that Sonya knows, that she chose Kenya. Who else you thought or think she could have possibly chose? I was thinking Candy myself. I was thinking Candy.
My dear friend Candy went to great lengths to be here for me today. It has been noted that she has missed quite a few other events.
But then I was like, for this event, I don't know, Candy, like I said, she's done it before, kind of hosted things, but Candy to me is a little, for lack of a better word, we'll say hood.
Absolutely. I don't really agree with that though.
She's a little hood, whereas Kenya's a little more suburb with her tone and her way of talking. I think Candy's a little more abrasive or whatnot.
No, I think Candy is. I think Candy's actually the one that's more professional out of all of them.
You think so?
Yeah, it's just when she's in a setting with them,
she
gets out of character. She talks about how she gets
out of character. She get in character.
No, she gets
her
out
real
of character.
I can't hide it. I can't control my emotions like everybody else.
Because it's just like people as trigger points. Like you be contained all day, and here comes this irritating thing. Like I said, every time I get around y'all, I'll get in an argument. Every time I get around y'all, I get in an argument. So it's like they take her out of her norm. And in her norm, like when you watch over the other seasons, you see her like she calm. It's when people attack her and stuff like that's when she get all that. Other than that, she's calm, mellow, da da da, blah blah blah.
So you think Candy would have been a better choice?
No, Kenya is the best choice.
Best choice, yeah. I agree. Kenya is definitely the best choice.
Hey, at this point, I'm losing track of the biz. Kenya is worth all that damn trouble. Yeah!
I guess Kenya's the best person for the job.
Or Drew. I just thought about it. Drew.
Drew?
Mm-hmm. Drew has that person like this. Her feel she's an actor.
Drew's annoying. Her voice to me is annoying. The way she talks and she got whines. No,
she's a crowd type of person. Like she likes being in crowds and conducting. I could see Drew doing that. Now I think about it. I could think Drew could do it too.
You think so? I would be annoyed by Drew.
Just because you're annoyed that she can't do it.
No, I'm saying I would be annoyed by her personality. Like I said, I could see her doing it, but I could see like it's seeming like her energy seems fake. Like I said, she's an actor. I can see her acting like, "Oh, I like you," type of thing. Come on,
finesse people into bringing money.
Kenya, it's her personality. She is who she portrays herself to be. She's that person 7 days a week. Where Drew is turning it on, turning it off.
Right, which is okay. Just look what the setting is. I'm trying to get you to donate.
I would be annoyed with Drew.
So I think Candy and Drew.
Candy and Drew. Who else we got there? Definitely not Marlo. Yeah, Sheree, no. Okay, so best person for the job. Got the job.
You're welcome, Sonya.
So, internet got a question. Now, in this episode, we also see Drew's sister moves in, or is getting ready to move in with Drew. Now, my question is, do you think this is a coincidence that this is around the same time where Drew and her husband, Ralph, are having issues where he wants to leave? He wants to be divorced anyway. So do you think it's a coincidence that the sister, old manager, is moving in while the new manager is getting ready to move out? What you think?
Yeah. Like I said, this whole season, they was fake. I think they been knew they was getting a divorce. They just setting it up for the show. Mm-hmm. And that's why he said what he said. Like, she's coming. Maybe I should leave. Mm-hmm. I don't want to trigger her.
Right.
Nah, yeah, look, she gonna be here. I don't want to be here. Let's go. Let's call it. You let her be in. I'm gone. She got here. He ain't even come downstairs. He ain't even care.
Right. I agree. My only thing is, I don't know if I want Drew's sister around the children.
Yeah, like
she ain't wrapped you tight.
Yeah, she and her having breakdowns, and it's not like she been in a ward twice. It's like ward twice.
The first time. This is the first time. Was this? Yeah.
And if
I don't
they
know.
arguing the voice, that's a point that I would be fighting if I was Ralph and I wanted the kid.
Right.
Like, hey. She got a patient, 2 times admitted patient in the house.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah. I think it's a coincidence. It's more than a coincidence.
Right? Do their mom live? Their mom don't live with them.
Right. She seems to be around a lot. Maybe she's in the vicinity or something like that.
I wonder why she ain't go move with her mama.
Who, the sister?
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's because, like I said, she's getting ready to old manager out, new manager in. I think too. Like the sister said, she has some issues that she's working out and she wants to be close to family. And this time, like I say, Drew can help take care of her sister. And in exchange, the sister going to help take care of her as far as her children, I'm assuming, if she's there. But I would still raise an eyebrow.
Right. Internet, what do you think? Let us know. Drop your 2 cents below. See ya. Hey, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're messing with the vibe. See ya.